for the GT3 cars. Now
Lambo's dropped back into third position. Oh, look at this fight down into turn 2. Wow.
Now this is a bit further back down. This is the recovering
the KTM's
vortex. The KTM, excuse me.
Yeah, the KTM's gone around.
That's the 714, the Milwaukee-Tools sponsored machine. That's at turn 2. Got out onto the orange and yellow, and that is very dusty out there indeed. The Hankook tyres unable to cope with the issues of the dust on the outside.
The brakes have gone on, the new brakes have gone on, the new disc and the new caliper with pads. However, there's still speculation going on underneath the car. The front tyres that have come off have got quite a bit of pickup around the centre of the tread, but that's a different type of vibration. That would be a constant vibration if it was pickup on the tyres. So it's a brake vibration.
And
So he had Lamborghini one side, he had KTM the other side, and the Porsche behind him. At one stage we were 4 wide across the track
at turn 8.
At turn 8, 9. Well, it can be done.
It can be done
Let
indeed.
me run through some race control messages. Second place for the Razoon More Than Racing, Dominic Olper, who's been in since the start of the KTM Crossbow, with the best lap of 1:56.2 for that car.
That's a dark horse, John, because it's going to be able to run long.
Run very long.
And it's lightweight. It's going to look after its tyres.
Great looking car.
It is stunning.
This is the GT4 version. As the leader comes in...
we're up the front with the 714. There's a bit of damage to 714. They've had a little bit of shunt into someone at some point. The proboscis of the car is certainly damaged. A bit of rhinoplasty is needed on that, but looks like it's kept its integrity, so they aren't going straight for the tape. This car, of course, facing the wrong way. Now, this is interesting. Do you remember when it spun, John? You thought it just missed that Porsche.
Yeah.
Because that is where it was just spinning to. Now, I mean, it could be a point. I haven't had a look on the side of the Red Camels, which I think was the car involved, and I will have a look next time it's in. But this is a standard stop. They made a changeover. They put Daniel Drexel in. Dominic Albert has got out. So let's have a quick word with Dominic if we can. Dominic, that was a very good session, but started rather frighteningly.
Yeah, it was a bit of action in the start. I tried to go wide, but there was a lot of mud on the track, so I spun, and then I tried to push hard and came back.
A bit of damage on the nose of the car. Was that from the spin or another point later?
No, that was from the spin. I got the slightly touch, and then we returned to race. And hopefully, hey, Sam and Daniel do a good job, and I think it looks good.
Yeah, and they were in the penalty box soaking up some of their penalties.
Is that a rear brake fire?
Really quick work. Really quick work. And
all smoke, no flame.
This is Haitham Garajuli, the man who's studying at Oxford University in the Milwaukee-Tools 714. Now, that is really good work by the marshals down there.
It was a safe place, and there was great, incredibly good thinking from the young man. So he obviously knew where to come in and where there was going to be a fire extinguisher in the pit lane. So he must have known there was a problem. It did seem very smoke and not much flame. There were two colours of smoke. There was white smoke and deep brown smoke. Car itself... Home's okay. So you just saw in the rear view mirror all the smoke?
Well, no, I felt it. It was a big bang.
Oh, big bang's never good. Well, great thinking, mate. Well done. Congratulations. And also bad luck, of course. If it's a big bang, that sounds like something is no longer attached where it should be in the rear of the car. And it's an oil fire, would be my guess. We can probably trundle down with them and wait for them to Joe Bradley in the pits.
Indeed.
Yeah, because the Razoon More Than Racing KTM has just been wheeled out onto the pit apron, the car 714. It's had a complete... This is the car, remember, that you guys described having been the full rear end. The engine destroyed itself, and it was then covered in fire extinguishant, which, if anybody's run a racing car, will know that it's not a very nice thing to happen to your race car. Well, they've cleaned it off. They've found a brand new engine and gearbox, and that's the car in the background that makes its way out on track. And a big round of applause from the team behind me.
Not surprised.
And a great effort
brilliant.
from the
Absolutely.
Razoon More Than Racing team. Fabulous effort.
Sorry, on track we have a problem. The tow rope on the
4.5 hours to go here in Kuwait Motor Town for the first running of the 12 hours of Kuwait. We have 203 laps in the books at the moment. Team 8.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Cheers.
Code 60 on the circuits. It's the 714 KTM crossbow. Haitham Karajuli has come, and that is completely dead stick at the bottom of turn 4, and in fact on the apex of turn 5. Completely dead stick because it hasn't even got any lights on. So this is the KTM that's had a full engine and gearbox change.
Yes, full engine gearbox change after that one went bang in no uncertain terms. Haitham was at the wheel when that actually happened, at the wheel again. There were lights inside the cockpit when we saw that on board, John, that there was instrumentation lights, but there's nothing else inside there. So, and that's gone off now. So
everything's off now. I think he's pressing buttons and trying to
control alt deleting it. Yeah, he's trying to get that fired back up again.
Flicker. There was a flicker there, and it has fired up. I think that car's refired. I think he's done a hard reboot. He's got all of his headlights on, and I thought I saw a flicker from behind the car, as if there was some exhaust on that car.
There was a intervention vehicle just pulling up alongside it as we cut away. So we'll keep you posted on the movement there. We're into code 60. And this is number 8, code 60, and he's rolling. He got it rolling.
All right, so this will be a very short code 60. Now, this is one of the real advantages of code 60. If you call a safety car and everybody's packing up behind the safety car, if the car that has an issue then gets going again, you've already committed.
Yeah, you're done.
Safety car, so you've got to go through the whole process: wave by, pass around, pits closed, pits open. Pit the prototypes, pit the GTs, pit the all your
Daytona prototype being wheeled in on the back of
very
the
good,
road.
mate. Yeah,
it's like what?
Very good.
I thought my eyes are tired. Jeez. Yeah, it's the KTM crossbow, of course, of Razoon More Than Racing. It shed a belt or something. And it's obviously off the new engine installation, and they're going to obviously rectify that by wheeling it into the garage and finding out what belts.
Is the alternator driven off the alternator is driven off the engine, and it's a mid-engine car. I wonder if it's thrown the alternator.
Some alternators are driven off the rear drive shaft.
Off the diff, yeah, or off
the rear drive shaft, yeah.
Yeah. So I doubt this one will be.
Yeah, I would have thought. Although you never know. It's effectively a.
Well, the driver's not getting out. Haitham. Well, the driver's not getting out. Haitham Karajuli is not getting out, so he expects this to be a fairly quick fix.
Do we know what belt it is?
Do we know what, Joe? Power steering.
Right, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I spoke to the most technical person there. So it might
power
be
steering belt.
Yeah, we'll get to them. I mean, I'm a geek, so I want to know. Daniel, tell me. One of the drivers, Daniel Drexel. Daniel, do you know exactly what the problem is?
Something with the electronics, but it's very small. We should fix it in 1-2 minutes. It's nothing.
The next down in the GTX, which is the crossbow, still in the pits getting that electrical issue sorted out. They've got an hour and 5 minutes to make sure that they're on the track when the checkered flag falls. Very important after a full engine and gearbox change.
Welcome into the broadcast a little while ago as we see the Austrian car of our favourite Austrians, right turn lover, and says presumably you're aware that KTM is going to be available as a road car, and yes, it will have the clamshell canopy.
Fantastic. I can't get in there, John.
I'll try my best. I think you can drop in from the top, Phil. If you sort of step over the side pod, and it's like a convertible with a gap for you to get in. And if you note the roll cage has a big kink in it on the driver's side, so you can sort of lower yourself in.
I think getting in will be fine.
Are we thinking some liquid soap and a still saw to get out?
Like I used to have to get into my supercar, a bit of WD-40 on the leathers, just slip into the seat. However, getting out of a supercar seat took 4 people and a winch. So this I would have the same issue here. It's difficult, but what a stunning looking vehicle it is, and it is going to be a road car. And that's. Joe Bradley is down there having a close look in there, and seeing what technical gubbins he can see what they're doing.
While he turns his...
I could never be a mechanic on this car. I couldn't get there. There's no way I could get there.
Well, if you could get there, you'd never get back out again. The mechanic, by the way, is standing in the engine bay. That is, I believe it's a transverse-mounted Audi engine in the back of that, Joe, isn't it?
Yeah. So the gearbox is here. But
Hang on,
the
we're just
mechanic
going to get Seb to come to you.
So the gearbox
Don't put your hand on the bottom of the mic, mate. That's what's doing it.
There's the motor. But look where the mechanic's standing. I mean, he's basically got to get in the engine compartment.
Wow.
He's forearm protectors on, because everything in there, I can feel the heat. The heat is out there. Everywhere in there is a very hostile environment.
We're coming down to the last hour of the race.
Phil, if I got in there, I wouldn't be able to get out.
We're coming down to the last hour of the race. We'll get back to Joe when he's in an area that he can talk to us. Before we get down to the last hour of the race, I want to just give you the live scores as it stands. Now, this is where I do feel like the World Cup. So, as it stands in the GT division of the Champion of the Continent, CP...
Place, it's car 714. That's the Razoon More Than Racing KTM of Dominic Albert, Daniel Drexel, and Hatem Karajuli. Well done, guys. In third place. In second place, it's the 701, the Vortex V8 of Philippe Bonnel, Lionel Amarouche, and Nicolas Nobes. And the winners of GTX, please welcome the 710 numbered Liebherr Motorsport Lamborghini of Kerong Lee, Jean-Francois Bruno, and Greg Gorski. So trophies to be presented to the third place team and drivers. That's the 714 Razoon More Than Racing KTM of Dominic Albert, Daniel Drexel, and Hatem Karajuli. In second place in the GTX class, that's the 701 Vortex V8 team of Philippe Bonnel,